If you loved the Yunzii AL68, you'll definitely fall for this one. What is up peeps, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we will talk about yet another keyboard release from Yunzii. This time they made a big brother to their infamous AL68, which was a great keyboard, and I believe it still is. This is Yunzii's AL80, which is a newly released keyboard from Yunzii offering a knob and an LED screen. And for complete transparency, this is sent over by Yunzii for me to take a look at and share with you guys my honest thoughts and opinion about it. Let's get into it. Okay, right off the bat, this keyboard has a 75% NC layout with the knob on the top right corner of the board that controls the volume, which by now has been a necessity to these keyboards because it's just very convenient. It is an aluminum knob that has an even darker finish than the body. It has 0 to no wiggle and it has a premium tactile feedback. And right below that is an LED screen that is enclosed with this aluminum frame, and personally I think it is a great touch. It displays the date and time as well as the Windows or Mac mode, connectivity status, and battery status. It also has a nice animated GIF, a pair of eyes looking around. And if you don't like the things on the display, you have these pre-made displays which you can access using the function button, together with the number 8 which displays the default, number 9 which displays the Yunzii logo, and number 0 which displays the animated pair of eyes looking around. You can customize these using VIA or Yunzii's official software. This keyboard is priced at $109 or 6,300 Philippine peso. If you want to check it out, the link leading to Yunzii's official website will be down in the description below. This keyboard has a black and white colorway, and if you guys have been watching, you know that I freaking love these type of colorways. It is very minimal and it blends in easily with any colors on your desk. And while it has a satin finish, it doesn't attract oil marks. And the finish is great. Yunzii really takes their time on the paint finishes of their keyboards. It looks very well established and it gives a good impression of how high the quality of Yunzii keyboards are. You can choose from 2 different colorways on Yunzii's official website, and the links to everything will be down in the description section. The edges are smooth and beveled, and the corner radius are a little bit pointy, but it's not overly aggressive. I can compare them to Yunzii's very own AL75. They have the same edges and contours and the overall base structure. Looking at the side, this keyboard has the same side profile once again with the AL75 and the AL68. It has a 2-layer design that distinctively separates the top frame and the bottom frame. I appreciate the design language that this keyboard has together with its little brother, the AL68 and the AL75, where I think it got its inspiration from. Also has a thinner profile. I didn't notice this until this keyboard. The AL68, AL75, and this keyboard, the AL80, all have a thinner profile than most aluminum mechanical keyboards. I wasn't so sure that those mentioned keyboards from Yunzii were thinner looking until I placed them side by side and comparing them with other aluminum mechanical keyboards. They all have a shorter height than most, which just gives it that sleeker, more refined look. This keyboard also has an RGB underglow that glows really smooth and soft. It has a south-facing RGB LEDs that work great for underglow builds, but it doesn't work well with those shine-through keycaps. So if you're planning on changing them and you want this glowing effect on your shine-through keycaps, then I have a bad news for you. It also has 24 different lighting effects which you can change using the function button and this key right here. And changing the color, it gradually changes the color a different hue every press. You can access this using the function button and the enter key. We also have this little light strip on the blocker between the right control key and the left arrow key, which is a log LED that tells you if your battery is running low, and the Bluetooth connectivity status. We also have this on the AL75 and on the AL68. Sadly though, I didn't find a way to change the lighting on this color strip on the keyboard. This keyboard also has tri-mode connectivity including wired, 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity, and Bluetooth. It also has Windows and Mac mode, and the keyboard also came with these keycap alternatives should you wish to use this on a Mac system. NKRO or NK rollover, which is also a feature great for gaming. For the typing angle, it is great. I have no complaints about it. The highest points of the keycaps, which is the function row, can easily be reached. Flipping this keyboard over, we have the rubber feet that prevents the keyboard from moving around while it is being used. We also have this aluminum backplate that is clearly an identical plate from the AL68. It also has a mirror finish and this tiny engraved mountains on the left hand part. Just be ready for an insane amount of fingerprints. For the ports, we have them on the middle part on the top side. Another good update from the AL68, we now have the USB-C port on the center as opposed to the one we saw on the AL68, which the USB-C port is off-centered. It is not the biggest of issues, but it was kind of annoying. Anyways, we also have the magnetic USB dongle holder and the connectivity switch that is also the power switch. Okay, so this keyboard came with these keycaps, which are double shot PVD chair profile, which is my cup of tea. They have a really great feel to them and they also sound fantastic. They have a distinctive, sharp and crispy character size to them, and given the white on black and black on white colorway, they are very contrasty. This keyboard is also equipped with Cocoa Cream V2, but you can choose from two different switches on your checkout. The other option is the Gateron Zero linears. We have already tried this Cocoa Cream V2 on the AL75. They are really poppy and clacky. They are 5-pin linear switches that have polycarbonate top housing, 13.7mm long pole palm stem, 20mm single stage spring, and a PA66 bottom housing. They have an actuation force of 50 grams, bottoming out at 55 grams. Pre-travel of 2.5mm and a total travel of 3.3mm. They are mounted on a 3-pin to 5-pin hot swappable sockets with south-facing RGB LEDs. Before we get to the sound test, let's open this board up first. Opening this keyboard is very much like the AL75 and the AL68. Same structure and same screw position. It uses 8 hex screws on the back. Before we touch anything else, disconnect the wires. They are usually underneath the PCB. Okay, so here's the top frame. As always, Yunzii does take their time with the design. Great CNC job, very smooth and fine finish all throughout the entire keyboard. Here we also have the LED aluminum frame, which again just gives it a nice touch. Here is the 1.5mm thickness polycarbonate plate with flex cuts. Here are the gasket and the gasket mounts, which are very identical with what they did with the AL75. The LED screen is also fixed on the plate that uses this very thin JSW connector, so be very careful with that. Already mounted are these stabilizers, which are fine. I'm not gonna lie, I was not satisfied with how they sound. However, I can say that they are perfectly tuned, but they do need a little lubing job and they will sound great. Here we have the premium sandwich Peron plate foam, an IXP switch band, and MPET pen. And here's the 2mm thickness PCB, which is green. Never a fan of green PCBs. Anyways, this also has flex cuts and holes for an alternative layout, but we don't have any holes for the screw and stabilizers. On the corner is the knob module that is soldered directly on the PCB. Below that is a very thin, kind of like rubber slash silicone slash Peron foam, I'm not exactly sure. It's there to keep the PCB from touching the base. And here we have the base, great finish like the top frame and no rough edges as well. On the center is the daughter board that is screwed directly to the base, and on both sides are the two 3000 mAh batteries that make up to 6000 mAh battery, which is a great for 75% keyboard with an LED screen. It can last up to 36 hours with the LED underglow on and over 100 hours with the LED screen and lighting turned off. I'm just gonna bring everything back together and give you guys the sound test. Okay, this keyboard sounds good, as you would expect from Yunzii and the Coca Cream V2s. The sound is creamy and clacky at the same time. For the typing experience, it is very identical to the AL75 because it has the same structure but with added features like the media control knob and the LED screen. Clearly, this is an upgrade from the AL75 but with a touch of what they did with the AL68, which was a great keyboard. Personally, the knob was the selling point for me as I love to easily control the volume, and the ability to do that with a physical module is great. For the LED screen, I rarely look at it when I'm using my PC, but it still offers information like what mode you're on, the battery status, and you can also play around with it to match your personality. If you already have the AL75, this is a good upgrade from that, but if you're choosing between the AL75 and this, I'd definitely go ahead and buy this. And mentioning the slickness of this keyboard, I can easily recommend this for travel. At this point, Yunzii is just on the league of their own. They have a really unique way of making these really good looking keyboards, and I surely can't wait to see more from them. If you enjoyed this review or found value from it, help the channel out by pressing that like button, as it will help the channel grow, and subscribe to see more contents or reviews like this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.